listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Canal Park. We're getting set for Game 1 of this 6-game series between the Akron Rubber Ducks and your Bowie Baysox. So glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from Akron, Ohio. It is a tough series ahead for Bowie, and the most important series of the year, and the last series of the year. There's a lot going on today, as we've got an 11:05 first pitch for this critical series to see if there might be a change in the pecking order in the Southwest Division. Because as Bowie has faltered a little bit down the stretch, Akron has been surging. They've been one of the hottest teams in the Eastern League and the hottest team in the Southwest Division. As we enter today's game, Akron is only 2 games out of first place, but it is still a 3-team race to see who is going to be headed to the postseason to face off against the Richmond Flying Squirrels a week from today. As we've got lots to discuss, let's talk a little bit about how Bowie's series with Richmond went. It was interesting, and not necessarily in a good way. It was almost predictable at points, as the Baysox multiple times had a tie game, a close game, or even a game in which they were leading, and eventually lost by giving up runs in the 8th and 9th innings. Bowie allowed 11 runs total in just the 9th inning of their 6 games against Richmond last week, only taking 2 of the 6 games. It was a 2-4 week for the Baysox, and both wins were only by 1 run, one of them a walk-off win. Bowie has not been a big one-run team this year. Of course, their 28 one-run losses are the most in minor league baseball. It was mostly the bullpen for the Baysox that really ran them into a lot of trouble. But, of course, the offense could have carried some of that share and tried to build leads a little bit larger. You've got to remember that the Baysox offense only went 4 for 48 with runners in scoring position over the course of that 6-game series with Richmond. They've got to do better than that to try and secure this series. As we focus on today's game, let's open with the numbers as Bowie comes in for game number 133, a 65-67 record, a 1-game losing streak. The Baysox are only 3-7 over their last 10 and 28-35 when playing on the road. Akron comes into today's game with a number 133 for them this season, a 76-56 record. The Ducks are riding a 4-game winning streak. They just wrapped up a series win on the road in Harrisburg. Akron is 6-4 over their last 10 and 37-26 when playing in front of the home fans here at Canal Park. Second half sees Bowie at 38-25, while Akron is at 36-27. Again, Bowie and Erie are tied for first place in the Southwest Division at 38-25. Akron is at 36-27. So they are only 2 games out of first place. Altoona is still in the mix, but the Curve are 3.5 games out of first place at 34-28. If really Bowie or Erie picks up at least 1 win this week, that could more or less sink the hopes of the Altoona Curve. The best bet for Altoona would be Richmond sweeps Erie, Bowie and Akron split, and Altoona would have to win at least 5 of their 6 games against Reading, and that's a lot that would have to fall in their direction. So it's more so of a 3-team race. Starting pitching matchup for today's game sees left-hander Cade Povich go for Bowie, while the right-hander Gavin Williams will get the ball for Akron. Now, Williams is a highly rated pitching prospect, one of the best in the Guardians organization, and he was well-deserving of this promotion from high A toward the end of the first half. He's still just in his first professional season as well. He allowed multiple runs in only 1 of his 9 starts with high A and struck out at least 5 batters in every start. Now, his outings here with Akron have been a bit shorter, but he still struck out at least 5 in half of his starts. He had a win against Bowie in his first appearance against the Baysox. That was July. He tossed 5 innings of 1-hit ball, but his second dance with Bowie only lasted 3 innings, partly because of 2 errors in the 3rd inning that extended the frame, so that can't necessarily be fully on him. Here at the AA level, though, Williams has allowed 65% of the balls put in play against him to go for fly balls. And that's allowed him 9 home runs in just 67 innings this season. But opponents are only hitting 172. So it's about getting the ball in play is what's important, because Williams has struck out 80 batters in 67 innings. He's got a mid-90s fastball that can ramp up at points, and when he's really feeling it, has touched triple digits before this season, and it can go well for swings and misses on the top half of the zone. He's also got a 2-plane curveball as well as a slider and a changeup. Bowie might have their work cut out for them. They've just got to be careful. As Cade Povich will get the start for the Baysox, he's coming in following a role that he's unfamiliar with. He had a tough outing against Richmond last week, but he was coming in relief. Following Grayson Rodriguez, who was on his rehab appearance, Povich worked on the back end in something that he has not done in his career except only one other time. After Povich followed Grayson, he only tossed 2/3 of an inning. Gave up the first 5 batters all reach base against him, and he allowed 4 total runs. He also walked a batter with the bases loaded to bring in a run. Really, it's just about him getting his rhythm, and he's out there playing long toss right now. He's getting into his own set and getting ready to go work in the bullpen ahead of this start. That's really all it should be today for Povich. As long as his fastball and his curveball command can play off of each other well, then he should be able to coast through this lineup and put together a quality day. Povich has not faced Akron yet. He came up just after these 2 teams faced off the last time Bowie was here. Lots to discuss on the pregame show. We'll step aside for now, and when we return, it's our weekly chat with the skipper. Kyle Moore is our guest next. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Hey fans, do you know your mud hens from your trash pandas? Then play Minor League Rundown, the official free-to-play game of Minor League Baseball, and compete for tickets and game day experiences. Rundown is made for masters of ballpark trivia. Playing is free and easy on any mobile device. Just head on over to www.ballyplay.com to sign up and play. Return for each open round to vie for more prizes, including the grand prize to attend Championship Weekend in Las Vegas this October. It's never been this fun to get caught in a rundown.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Back to work here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting set for the final series of the regular season. Bowie and Akron, 6-game set to see who's going to come out on top in the Southwest Division, turning into a 3-team race over this last week with Bowie, Erie, and Akron. We're sitting down for our weekly chat with the skipper, Kyle Moore. First things first, a couple of tough ninth innings in that Richmond series. What would you kind of diagnose from that, and what can maybe be done to counteract it?
Yeah, I mean, we got to pitch a little bit better in the back half of the bullpen. Can't walk guys. Can't get predictable by falling behind in the count. I feel like we've been doing that a little bit, just pitching behind, and it's really hard to pitch behind no matter how good your stuff is. So these hitters we're facing are coming up on 500-600 at bats in AA. Some of them have a lot more than that because they've been here for 2 or 3 years. So you're dealing with a pretty experienced hitter, and when you fall behind them, it's really hard to get them out.
Yeah. I feel like that could be what really went wrong with Grayson Rodriguez when he got out for that third inning. I think it was a 3-0 count for the first 3 batters that he had to face in there. What was kind of the problem in that third inning, you think?
I don't think he could get his delivery synced up with timing because he was missing a lot high and arm side. I mean, he throws really hard, so it's coming out 98 miles an hour. So there's a lot that goes into that, and timing has to be really good. Yeah. And then he battled back and struck out 2, and then he ended up giving up a base hit on the changeup to a righty that probably couldn't have hit his fastball if he threw him 100. He might not even hit one of them. So that's development. You got to live with it. Probably threw him his 4th best pitch in a situation where he probably could have struck him out with any of the other 3, but he had to throw it, and so it cost us. But yeah, it was just tough one for him. But hopefully he feels great like he looked, because the first 2 innings he looked unbelievable. He looked like the old Grayson. Yeah. So hopefully he's healthy and ready to go in AAA now.
In a handful of the games last week, Bowie's offense was able to stay gritty and fight back in to tie up games late. What's kind of been the feeling around the clubhouse and around the dugout in some of these games when you've got to stay on top of it and make sure that you can keep attacking if the pitching staff isn't able to hold the line?
For sure. I mean, there's no quit in this team. These guys are grinders, and it's this point in the season where we're trying to get in, and they're playing hard, so you got to love that. I would love to score a few innings early, facing a really good starter tonight in Williams, but would love to get to him early and maybe get a lead. I don't feel like we've played with a lead since that 15-5 Erie game.
As we continue on with the manager, Kyle Moore, here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, obviously this ballpark had a little bit of a tough memory the last time that the team was here. What's kind of the expectation for this last week? Obviously, an 11:05 game today is a tough opener to get it going.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of adversity here. Number one, adversity is the schedule. We got 11:05 a.m. game coming in on the first one. We got a 6:05 game at the very end of the series, which is kind of crazy too. And this is a tough place to play. I mean, the fans are rowdy. It's a tough environment. The team for over there is always good because Cleveland likes to leave players in places so that they can have a chance to win. Their pitching staff is great. Their starters are good. Their bullpen's good. So, I mean, there's a bunch of adversity. We don't need to make any more adversity for ourselves by worrying about the standings or worrying about the game time schedules or anything like that. Akron will be hard enough to beat by themselves. So we just got to be focused on that. We just got to play good ball.
Discussing today's starter, Cade Povich. He came in a situation that he was probably unfamiliar with in his last start, relieving Grayson Rodriguez. What kind of went wrong with that appearance for him, you think?
Yeah, also lost command. I mean, very similar to what Grayson did on Sunday. He just couldn't find his fastball. He got squeezed a little bit by the umpire, and he just couldn't overcome it. First time ever coming out of the bullpen, so I know that's really different for him. Hopefully today he'll get a nice long toss and sort of go into the game with a better routine that he's normally used to and more comfortable in. And, I mean, everybody knows the game kind of revolves around starting pitching, and you don't want those guys to be uncomfortable. You don't want those guys to be coming in situations they've never came in before. So we decided to hold him off from pitching on Sunday so we could pitch him today on a better routine with a more normal sort of pregame prep, and hopefully that'll show up today.
Yeah. Where would you put his curveball? I feel like it's really stood out in its first few appearances with this team.
Good curveball. I think it's really good, but I think it's only good because of his command of his other stuff, like his fastball. When he throws that curveball off of fastball moving around, it's really hard to hit. I mean, if he throws a bunch of them in a row, he's gotten in trouble like that before, which we've talked about. But when he mixes like he does with command of like 3 pitches, he's special.
Yeah. And that's partly on the catchers, too. Maverick Hanley catching him behind the plate. That's partly on the game that they call, too, right?
No doubt, no doubt. We got to put good suggestions down for him. You know, we have a card with a lot of good suggestions on it that's piped down from our analysts. So we have all the information. We just got to execute the pitches.
Yeah. As we continue on with Kyle Moore here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, just one final week this season. We could probably dissect a little bit of the season as a whole, but is there any particular moment you feel that's stood out very more so than any other point this season that you remember mostly?
Well, I remember the walk-off homer by Cowser to beat Altoona to keep us in the lead for first and sort of, or I don't know if it was tied or whatever, but just the battles we've had with Erie, the battles we've had with this club, Akron, and then just how good we were during that one stretch where we won like 30-something games, and that'll be what I remember about this season. I wish we could have kept it together because I felt like at one point in time we had a team that could have won this league, and we still can. I just feel like, those moments where we played some really big games with some of our top prospects sort of stick out to me.
Yeah. And then as we always wrap it up, obviously you weren't able to get home to see the family on your off day yesterday, spent the day traveling, but we can look a little bit ahead to an upcoming long set of off days. Any off-season plans that you got scheduled? Any trips you're looking forward to with the family?
No, just that trip to go home and see them again. I mean, this 11 a.m. game kept me from going home. Sorry. But no, just looking for, the off season's long, but at this point in the year, everybody just wants to go home and just hold their loved ones. So I just can't wait to wake up in the morning, take my oldest to school, maybe drive around a little bit aimlessly, and go back, take a nap, and just hang out with the girls.
Aside from the children part, I'm still looking forward to the same thing. So I've got you there. Kyle, thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
That's Kyle Moore here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Another quick break. We're back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Well, back to Canal Park one final time here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Glad you're keeping it with us. Matt Sabatis Hey, if you've got your coffee brewing, that second cup for the day, or maybe you're taking an early lunch, thank you for stopping by. I've taken an 11 o'clock lunch plenty of times. Let's look at the starting lineup for Bowie very quickly as Akron is slowly taking the field. Connor Norby will lead it off, and Kobe Mayo will follow. John Rhodes is going to be in center field today. It'll be his first game in center, while Darrell Hernandez is cleaning up. Cesar Pareto is going to be the DH, while Hudson Haskin bats sixth in right field. Andrew Dashbach is at first. Maverick Hanley is going to catch. We might see a lot of him this series as Andres Angulo does return to the roster, and Zach Watson will be in left field, batting ninth. Teams have taken the field, so we'll take one final break here from Canal Park. When we return, it's first pitch and all the play-by-play. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from Canal Park. It's game one of this six-game series between the Akron Rubber Ducks and your Bowie Baysox. So glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from Akron, Ohio. And as Gavin Williams warms on the mound for the Rubber Ducks, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at second base, you've got Connor Norby, followed by Kobe Mayo at third base, batting second. John Rhodes is in center field, batting third. Darrell Hernandez, the shortstop, bats fourth. Cesar Pareto, the DH, bats fifth. Hudson Haskin in right field, sixth. Andrew Dashbach is at first base, batting seventh. Maverick Hanley, the catcher, bats eighth. And Zach Watson is in left field, batting ninth. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen is the video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 65-67 on the season, 38-25 in the second half. And again, their lineup features Norby, Mayo, Rhodes, Hernandez, Prieto, Haskin, Dashbach, Hanley, Watson, all to face off against Gavin Williams on the mound. Canal Park here in Akron is 328 feet down the line to right field, 317 feet down the line to left field, 400 feet to straightaway center. And it looks like we might be getting a very light passing drizzle from just one rogue cloud that's been above us. It's a partly cloudy day, but the tarp got off of the field probably around 9 o'clock, and we've not seen any issues since. A little bit of wind pushing out to left field as Norby digs into the box. 293 average for Connor, a 927 OPS in 58 games. 12 doubles, 2 triples, 15 homers, 39 runs batted in. As Norby digs in, Williams sets at the waist out of the windup. He looks in for the sign, has it, brings up to the chin, turns, kicks, and fires the first pitch home. It's a fastball. Misses outside. And we're underway at 11:06 p.m. on a 60-degree, chilly, partly cloudy day here in Akron, Ohio. 1-0 to start on Norby. Pretty decent-sized gap up the middle of the infield for the right-hander as the 1-0 pitch is a fastball called for strike on the outside edge of the zone. Run the count even at a ball and a strike. Looks like Akron didn't get the pitch clock, or the pitch speed, the radar gun turned on just yet. They've not registered the speed on either of the last two pitches. As the 1-1 pitch comes into Norby, and it's just outside, breaking ball, runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, Bowie did not have the best of series last week against the Richmond Flying Squirrels. There was a lot left on the table, and a lot of different ways that the Baysox could have won more games in that one. The 2-1 pitch to Norby is just outside again. Slider runs it to 3-1. Actually hit off the catcher's glove and rolled in front of home plate. But Bowie only won 2 games out of 6 in the series. They allowed 11 total runs just in the 9th inning of their games against Richmond. As Norby waits, here comes the 3-1 pitch. He swings and misses. Off speed again, outside edge, and it's full. Williams this season on full counts has opponents just hitting 176, but he's only struck out 16 batters and walked 17. Bases empty, no one out in the top of the first. Williams snaps set. And the payoff pitch to Norby. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Inside fastball to blow by him. And after working ahead 3 balls and 1 strike, Norby strikes out swinging. Rest of the defense for Akron from left to right in the outfield. You've got John Kenzie Noel, Julian Escobedo, and Jonathan Rodriguez. Raynell Delgado is at third. Daniel Schneemann at short. Angel Martinez at second. Mike Capriz at first. And Brian Lavastida catches behind the plate for Kobe Mayo on the mound. 243 average for Mayo, for Kobe Mayo on the mound. Mayo at the plate, Gavin Williams on the mound. It's 11 o'clock, cut me some slack. First pitch to Mayo is called a strike. On the upper outside corner, it's 0-1. Just looked up to Mayo and glossed right over Gavin Williams' name. Williams ahead, 0-1. Mayo hitting 243, a 721 OPS in 28 games. As the 0-1 pitch in is fouled off, just a piece ahead on the curve. It's 0-2. 3 doubles and no triples for Mayo yet this season. 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Gavin Williams, he's the pitcher, confirming that for you. A 6'6", 255-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's just about an hour or so south of Durham. As the 0-2 pitch is lifted out toward the right field corner, ranging toward foul ground. Rodriguez gives chase, but he braces up against the wall, and it gets out of play over the netting. Count stays at 0-2 on Mayo. On the season, Williams has a 3-3 record and a 2.42 ERA in 15 games, all starts with Akron. He started the year with High A Lake County and got promoted in mid-June. 67 innings with the Ducks this year. He struck out 80 batters and walked only 25. He has allowed 9 home runs, but opponents are only hitting him at a 172 clip. That is one of the best in minor league baseball this year. The 0-2 pitch to Mayo is ripped to third, down to a knee to grab it. Raynell Delgado fires to first. It's high, and they can't get the tag down in time. Mayo beats it out. That'll most likely go down as a single with the hot shot deep to the hole. It will. So a 1-out base hit for Mayo. Breaks him out of a 3-game hitless skid. He was 0 for his last 11, and now that gives Bowie a base runner here with John Rhodes stepping in. Rhodes hitting .212 this season, a 630 OPS in 19 games. 3 doubles, 2 triples, no home runs, 9 runs batted in. As Williams out of the stretch, drops to the waist, and fires the first pitch. Rhodes watches it for a called strike on the outside edge of the zone. It's 0-1. Well, things are very delayed here at Canal Park. We've not seen an accurate pitch speed flash up for just about any pitch yet. I think we saw one, and it was on a 77-mile-an-hour curveball. That's been the only one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Rhodes smokes it up the middle of base hit. Nearly took off Williams' head. But it's into center field where Escobedo scoops, and Rhodes has a 4-game hit streak. 8 of his last 9, and it puts Mayo to second base. The Baysox have a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Darrell Hernandez. This is where Bowie needs to fix it. Last week did not go well with runners in scoring position. Hernandez, a 130 average and a 397 OPS in 11 games. 1 double, no triples, 1 homer, 8 runs batted in. Personally, Hernandez is 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position with Bowie so far. First pitch home, and he watches it for a called strike on the outside edge of the zone. It's 0-1. During the 6-game series with Richmond, Bowie only went 4 for 48 at the plate with runners in scoring position. That's a batting average of just 83. 0-8-3. Here's the 0-1. And Hernandez lifts it out towards shallow left. Initially, Noel runs in, but now he stops and shifts to his right side. Campson makes the catch. So now Bowie is 4 for the last 49 with runners in scoring position. 2 away. Your umpiring crew for today's game is a new crew. Jen Powell is calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. At first base, you've got Kellen Martin. And then at third base, a new umpire that we've not seen this season, Zdenek Zidek. In steps Cesar Prieto, left-hander hitting .256 with a .643 OPS in 87 games. They put a shift on, and the third baseman plays in on the grass. Williams looks back runner at second 3 times and finally fires the first pitch. It's an off-speed that misses up and away. 1-0 to start. 21 doubles and no triples for Prieto. 4 home runs. 35 runs batted in this season. Williams is coming off of a good start against the Harrisburg Senators, a quality start, as the next pitch to Prieto misses down. Fastball under the knees, 2 balls and no strikes. He fired 6 innings of 1-run ball, gave up just 5 hits, struck out 7 against only 1 walk. Took him 97 pitches to get there, though. And that's what Bowie was able to do against Williams the last time they saw him at this ballpark, is that they ran up the pitch count. He only lasted 3 innings. The 2-0 to Prieto is swung on and missed. Fastball down and in. It's 2-1. But Williams is at 17 pitches so far here in the first. And part of the reason he only lasted 3 innings against Bowie last time was because the defense committed 2 errors in the third. He should have been out of the inning twice. The 2-1 pitch. And Prieto watches a called strike. Just nicks the outside edge of the zone. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. But Bowie wants to build early leads and commanding leads, something that they've not done in well over a week. The 2-2 pitch, and Prieto slaps it up the line, foul. Count stays. While Bowie did pick up 2 wins in that series with Richmond, the largest lead they held at any point in the series was just 3 runs, and eventually they only won that game by 1 run. The 3-run lead was very, very short-lived. It was brought back down to 1 run almost instantly. Runners at first and second, 2 away in the top of the first. Williams keeps looking back at Mayo. The 2-2 pitch, and Prieto swings and misses on a high fastball. Well, the trend continues for Bowie as they continue to struggle with runners in scoring position. 2 men left on as we go to the bottom of the first. Bowie nothing. Akron set to bat. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Like they've done many times recently, the Bowie Baysox threatened in the top of the first inning, but they could not score. Stranding runners at first and second that had gotten there with only 1 out. And as we go to the bottom of the first, here in Akron, Cade Povich warms on the mound for the Bowie Baysox. The starting lineup for the Akron Rubber Ducks that he'll face looks like this. Leading off, it's the DH, Jose Tena. Brian Lavastida is the catcher, batting second. John Kenzie Noel in left field bats third. Micah Parise at first base, fourth. Anel Martinez at second base, fifth. Jonathan Rodriguez in right field, sixth. Daniel Schneemann is the shortstop, batting seventh. Raynell Delgado at third base, eighth. And Julian Escobedo in center field bats ninth. Akron is the AA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians. They're managed by Ruglis Odor. Akron is 76-56 on the season and 36-27 in the second half. Again, their lineup features Tena Lavastida Noel, Pries Martinez Rodriguez, Schneemann Delgado Escobedo, all to face off against Cade Povich on the mound. Lefty on lefty to start as Akron brings 5 true left-handers into the lineup today. First pitch into Jose Tena. He squares, pulls back, and the pitch just misses high. It's 1-0 to start. 263 average and a 695 OPS in 121 games for Tena this season. Next pitch, and it's too far outside. Fastball runs it to 2-0. 24 doubles and 6 triples for Tena, 10 home runs, 62 runs batted in. His numbers as a leadoff batter have been interesting to keep him in the leadoff role. The 2-0 pitch is down and away, 3-0. But if Povich is going to give him free balls to watch by, then there's not much of an issue. But Tena only bats .240 when he's the first batter of an inning and strikes out a quarter of the time. Povich, size, turns, and fires the 3-0. It's a breaking ball right down Broadway for called strike, 3-1. We can discuss Povich in a little bit, but he is coming off of a tough outing in which he was put in an unfamiliar situation. The 3-1 pitch is fouled off. Fastball just got a piece to the screen, and it runs the count full. Povich this season with Bowie has opponents just 0 for 4 on full counts. He's struck out 4 of them, but also walked 4 of them. So no one's put the ball in play against him on a full count yet. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Povich battles back from the 3-0 count and sends down Tena on a curveball. 1 away. Let's get it going. Rest of the defense for Bowie from left to right in the outfield. You've got Zach Watson, John Rhodes, and Hudson Haskin. Kobe Mayo is at third. Darrell Hernandez at short. Connor Norby at second. Andrew Dashbach at first. And Maverick Handley catches behind the plate for Cade Povich on the mound. As Brian Lavastida steps in. 195 average, a 589 OPS. First pitch into the catcher. And it's a fastball, just misses up and away. Count starts out at 1-0. 41 games for Lavastida with 4 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, 14 runs batted in this year. Mild shift on for the right-handed hitter as the 1-0 pitch is a fastball, misses down and inside. 2-0 to start. Cade Povich, 6'3", 185-pound, 22-year-old lefty. He was originally from Reno, but grew up mostly near Omaha, Nebraska. He was traded over from Minnesota at the deadline in that Lopez deal, the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Down and inside and off speed. It's 2-1. The Jorge Lopez deal and a little bit of cash went to Minnesota. Orioles got 4 pitchers. Povich was the main headliner in that one. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Slider down and away and a tough one for Lavastida to read. It's 2-2. Povich is 2-0 with the Baysox, a 6.48 ERA in 4 games. But 3 starts. His last appearance was in relief. 16 2/3 innings. He struck out 19 and walked 7. As he holds ball in glove in front of face. Turns for the 2-2. A late attack punched over to third. 2 hops where it's picked by Kobe Mayo and a bullet to first gets there. On target to Andrew Dashbach. A 5-3 putout and there's 2 gone. Baysox are in their alternate orange jerseys today. Gray pants and the black cap. You've got the black block Bowie on the front of the jersey. Akron in their all-white home uniforms, a button stripe with rubber ducks in the typeface on the front side, white pants, and a black cap with the rubber duck logo. Here's John Kenzie Noel. Heavy right-hander. In the first pitch to him, misses well up and away. Noel had no issue laying off, 1-0. Povich has started 1-0 to all 3 batters so far. Quickly turns for the next one, and it misses down and in. 2-0 to all 3 batters so far. Noel hitting .233 this season, an 809 OPS in 61 games. We're scoreless here in the bottom of the first with the 2-0 pitch. Up and away. 3 balls and no strikes to Noel on that fastball. 12 doubles and 2 triples for Noel with 13 home runs, 36 runs batted in. And the bases are empty with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Povich is, though, having a tough time locating so far. The 3-0. Down and in, a 4-pitch walk. You don't want that to be too troublesome. Fortunately, it only comes with 2 outs. But the walks have burned Bowie over the last few days. When Povich came in his last appearance, he was following Grayson Rodriguez, who only threw 2 innings in a rehab. And Povich did not record an out until the 6th batter he had faced. He walked in a run with the bases loaded before he got an out. As Micah Pries digs in, left-hander, first pitch home. and he swings and misses. That's the first pitch strike for Povich. He used a changeup to get it done. Up and away, and it's 0-1. But that's now 16 pitches for Povich. Only 7 of them have found the strike zone, less than half. Here's the 0-1. Floated out toward left field. Haskin running, or that's Watson rather, and he gets there and hung up just enough for Watson to close the gap. And the inning is over. That 4-pitch walk, not much of an issue. We go to the second, a scoreless game here in Akron. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey fans, do you know your mud hens from your trash pandas? Then play Minor League Rundown, the official free-to-play game of minor league baseball, and compete for tickets and game day experiences. Rundown is made for masters of ballpark trivia. Playing is free and easy on any mobile device. Just head on over to www.ballyplay.com to sign up and play. Return for each open round to vie for more prizes, including the grand prize to attend championship weekend in Las Vegas this October. It's never been this fun to get caught in a rundown.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
On to the second inning here in Akron, a scoreless game. Cade Povich working around a little bit of command issues in the first to pitch a scoreless inning. Only half of his pitches went for strikes, but he fired just 17 of them compared to 20 pitches for Gavin Williams in the first. Williams had to work around 2 base hits, while the Baysox have started their day 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. 6, 7, and 8 will bat for Bowie in this half inning, starting with Hudson Haskin. As Haskin digs into the box, Williams is already set, but time is called briefly. Now we're ready. Williams kicks and fires the first pitch. It's a curveball. Misses down and away. 1-0 to start. After Haskin, it'll be Andrew Dashbuck and then Maverick Hanley to bat. .265 average and an .824 OPS for Haskin this season. 107 games. That's the most on the team right now. As the 1-0 pitch, it hits him. Breaking ball too far inside, and Hudson Haskin, the magnet, draws another hit by pitch. I believe that's his 22nd of the season. 23rd. He's not among the top 3 in the Eastern League, I want to say. I know he's not the leader. There's a player on Portland that has a lot more, to put it very briefly. But Haskin is far and above the biggest magnet on the team for Bowie. So leadoff batter aboard, and now here's Andrew Dashbach. First pitch. He watches fastball miss low, and it's 0-1 to start. Yeah, the Eastern League's leader in hit by pitches is Zach Cook for New Hampshire. He has 29. 200 average for Dashbach, a .701 OPS in 97 games. The 1-0 pitch to him. And it just misses, maybe a bit high. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Bowie might really need to get a little bit more confident on the base paths today. That'd be something nice to see, because Brian Lavastida has had 31 stolen bases against him. He's only caught 4 total runners this season. 2-0, swung on and missed. Fastball high on Dashbach, and it's 2-1. And Haskin's got decent speed, 5 for 8 this season in stolen base attempts. When you get someone on base, you've got to at least try for it, because that early lead would be critical for Bowie in any game this series. The 2-1 pitch. And Dashbach pokes it slowly to short. This will be a double play. Schneemann underhands to Martinez. Back to Prees in time. That's where taking off early absolutely would have helped out. Dashbach grounds into his 5th double play of the season. Leadoff base runner instantly gone. And there's 2 away here in the second. 6-4-3 twin killing. And now here's Maverick Hanley. .233 average for Hanley, a .771 OPS in 74 games. 11 doubles and a triple, 11 home runs, 43 runs batted in. First pitch home, and the right-hander takes a hack at a fastball, punches it into the netting right side. 0-1 to start. Well, 8 batters, and Gavin Williams is splitting up the first pitch balls and strikes. He's had 4 apiece against each batter he's faced. With the 0-1 pitch coming to Handley, and lined out toward right field softly, and picked up by Jonathan Rodriguez. He had to reach down below the knee to make the grab, but he still got there just in time. So the Baysox go down in order. Despite getting a leadoff hit by pitch, they ground into a double play and do nothing with the inning. Bottom of the second coming up, a scoreless game. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Bottom of the second inning here in Akron. Still a scoreless game. Kate Povich did not get much time to sit on the bench in that last half inning. Bowie went down on just 8 pitches. Povich will face 5, 6, and 7 here in the home half of the second. First pitch into Angel Martinez. Misses up and away a fastball. 1-0 to start. Switch hitter Martinez to bat first. Then Jonathan Rodriguez and Daniel Schneemann. Martinez a .274 average this year. The 1-0. Fastball called a strike in on the outside edge of the zone, and it's 1-1. First time that Bowie sees Martinez this year. .938 OPS in just 18 games. 6 doubles and a triple, 3 homers, 15 RBI. The 1-1. Oh, that one a little generous on the outside edge, but the changeup called for strike anyway. Povich will take it, and the count goes to a ball on 2 strikes as the batter calls for time. But we're scoreless here in the bottom of the second. Bowie has base runners in each of the first 2 innings, but they hadn't been able to get anyone to pass second base. The 1-2. Floated into center field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Just got deep enough past the infield that Norby didn't really have much of a play on it. John Rhodes sprints down to pull it in off of a couple of hops. And Akron has their first hit of the day. Martinez has hits in back-to-back games. And much like the Bowie second inning, Akron starts their second inning with a base runner. Let's see if Povich can maybe get a double play out of Jonathan Rodriguez. Rodriguez, not much of a ground ball hitter, though. He's pretty even in both ground balls and fly balls. He's only hit into 2 double plays so far. First pitch to him is a fastball that misses down and inside. It's 1-0 to start. A .200 average for Rodriguez, a .633 OPS in 22 games, 6 doubles and a triple, 3 homers, 11 runs batted in. 1-0, swing and a miss. Curveball called for strike, and it's 1-1. Well, it's a very quiet day here at Canal Park in Akron. You play an 11:05 game on a chilly September Tuesday, and you can't expect too much as a pickoff throw to first gets in just a bit late. Martinez did have a very slow-moving slide back into the bag. Throw was a lot closer than it probably should have been for the runner. But yeah, really the only massive crowds at this ballpark as the 1-1 pitch misses too far inside. Fastball runs it to 2-1. Are what look to be only about 3 or 4 school groups that take up, I'd say, a throng of about 50 seats each. That's it. Another pickoff throw. No tag this time as Martinez skips back in safely, but that's now the second disengagement for Povich. If he throws back to first base, he has to get the runner or he'd be called for a balk. And it's still only 2-1 here on Rodriguez. Next pitch. Fastball misses up and away, 3 balls and a strike. Povich is constantly working from behind today. He's still thrown fewer than half of his pitches for strikes. So far, it's kept him scoreless, but this is only the 6th batter of the game. The 3-1, swing and a miss, curveball down and away, and it runs full. It's just simply not a pace that you can necessarily maintain, especially when you get to the second trip through the lineup. The first trip through the lineup, you can probably keep it. But the second trip to the lineup, if you're working from behind, you're going to be in trouble. Payoff pitch, popped up. Out towards shallow right field, up the line, Haskin running, but he's going to run out of room. It actually hit off of the top of the netting. So even if Haskin got there, he probably wouldn't have been able to make a play on the ball because once it hits the netting, it's considered dead. So the count stays full. Povich working out of the stretch on the third base side of the rubber. Comes set. Runner goes, 3-2 is called. Strike 3, a curveball. Throw to second is late. Well, that's where the off-speed works for you, and it works for the runner at the same time. Povich's curveball is excellent, but Martinez picks up his second stolen base of the season on that curveball. That gave him just the precious moments to steal the bag. Second strikeout for Povich, but now Akron has their first runner in scoring position as Daniel Schneemann steps in. Left-hander hitting 204. Povich fires the first pitch, and it's in the zone for a called strike. Schneemann checked his swing, but it got there anyway. 585 OPS for Schneemann with 107 games, 11 doubles and 2 triples, 6 home runs, 38 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1, and it's inside, off speed, runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Povich sets. Now the 1-1. Fisted foul into the netting left side. Run it to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, a rare plate appearance now for Povich where he's ahead in the count, especially on a 2-strike count. Had that on Martinez, though, to start this inning, and Martinez floated that single. See if he tries the high fastball. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, line hard but foul to the right side. Seemed to be the timing was just a little off for Schneemann there, but the plan of attack was the same for what Angel Martinez had done back in the start of this inning. So now Povich needs to really recalculate. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a high fastball. Back-to-back punch-outs for Povich. He's up to 3 on the day and a chance now to strand that runner at second. Yeah, that pitch clock, or I keep calling it the pitch clock, that radar gun here at Canal Park is very off. We got the velocity on the curveball that Povich had thrown, 77, when he was throwing the next pitch, when the fastball came home to Schneemann to strike him out. They're having a tough morning here. Granted, so would I if I had to be running a lot of equipment this early in the morning. First pitch to Raynell Delgado misses outside, and it's 1-0 to start. 221 average for Delgado, a 635 OPS in 60 games. 1-0 pitch. And he pops it up. On the infield left side, Hernandez waves the arm, jogs down, stops, and makes the catch. Leadoff single stranded at second base. Excellent work by Povich to keep the ball from even leaving the infield afterwards. We go to the third here in Akron, a scoreless game. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
On to the third inning here in Akron. We're still scoreless as the Baysox hope for maybe at least a longer frame in some capacity. They only used 8 pitches, Gavin Williams, in that second. Hit a batter, got a double play, and a flyout. Nobody got even to a 2-strike count. It'll be 9-1-2 to bat here with Zach Watson to start. We're waiting on one of the balls that was being used by the outfielders to exit the field. It had gotten by left fielder John Kenzie Noel, and he had to go fish it out of the corner. So that caused a bit of a delay, but now Watson's ready. 186 average for Watson, a 551 OPS in 89 games. 11 doubles, 2 triples, 8 homers, 29 runs batted in. First pitch in from Williams, and it's a breaking ball. Popped up behind home plate. This will get out of play. Headed in our direction, but it's going to fall into the seats. Brian Lavastida gave it a glance, but it was well out of his reach. It's 0-1 to start. Well, Williams is really mixing his pitches well so far. 9 batters. He's fired a first pitch strike to 5 of them. Named as the best curveball in the Cleveland organization, according to Baseball America, headed into this season. He led the Midwest League in strikeouts prior to his promotion. The 0-1 pitch is a fastball that misses outside. It's 1-1. And this Guardians organization has always been able to develop pitchers well. They isolate them, they draft them, sign them, however, and they develop them strong. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And I definitely feel like part of that has to do with coaching as well. And Baltimore is very fortunate to be in a very similar situation as Cleveland is, and I'll discuss why in a second, as the 1-2 pitch is fouled off back to the screen. It remains at 1-2. So Cleveland has 3 of their 4 minor league affiliates, all within the state of Ohio, all within relatively close distance. AAA Columbus, Akron, of course, and then High A Lake County. Another 1-2 to Watson, and he watches slider miss outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. As a matter of fact, High A Lake County, I think, is 20 minutes from here. It's not that much of a drive. And the same can be said for Orioles affiliates, the 2-2, and Watson lines it out over the head of the shortstop into left field for a base hit. 3-game hit streak for Watson. He takes a hard round to first, but the throw doesn't get there. It gets cut off. 6 of his last 7, Zach Watson has a base hit. He's heating up here in September. And it's the second consecutive inning that Bowie has opened the inning with a base runner. And now here's Connor Norby. But yeah, Baltimore is in a very similar situation because, of course, they've got High A Aberdeen, Single A Delmarva. Delmarva's a little bit away considering it's just out there on the leg, of course. But then, of course, there's Bowie, too, only about 30 minutes south. First pitch to Connor Norby, misses down and away. Fastball starts the count out at 1-0. So second trip through the lineup here for Gavin Williams. Norby struck out swinging on a full count pitch back in the first, but he worked ahead 3-1 at first in that plate appearance. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Slider misses down and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes on Norby. Again, Bowie really might need to try more stolen bases in this series. It's something that they've not been big on this year. Manager Kyle Morris said he's not a fan of running into outs, and I can sympathize with that. But Bowie has only stolen 74 bases this season. That's the fewest in the league, the 2-0. And Norby swings and misses on a high fastball. It's 2-1. And, of course, the way the coaching staff and the way the analytics for Baltimore in terms of just their entire minor league development is able to isolate individual catcher strengths and weaknesses is much more than I'll ever know. I just know the caught stealing rate, the 2-1. And Norby pulls back on an inside fastball. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. All I can tell you is that Brian Lavastida has only caught 4 of 35 stolen base attempts this season. That's the number I have access to. So maybe there's something else as to why Bowie doesn't feel like going. Pickoff throw to first is a very light-hearted toss. Williams doesn't put much zip into it at all. There's not even a tag. That's just a keep Zach Watson honest kind of throw. 3-1 the count to Norby. A scoreless game here in the top of the third. The pitch in, and it's outside. No need for a stolen base. Norby draws the walk. Watson was actually about to start sprinting back to first. He thought a back pick might have been coming from Brian Lavastida. That's the first walk given up by Gavin Williams today, 26th on the season. And Bowie has another runner into scoring position. Can they finally turn their luck around? As Kobe Mayo steps in, he had an infield single to the third baseman's backhand back in the first inning. First base plays in, first pitch, and Mayo watches fastball called for strike on the outer half of the plate. It's 0-1 to start. But now, since the start of the Richmond series, Bowie is 4 for 50 with runners in scoring position. The 0-1. Mayo watches outside. Fastball didn't locate in the same spot. It's 1-1. That's a batting average of 80. 0-8-0. But all you need is one base hit to try and really turn your luck around, because it would break this scoreless tie. Watson dancing, the 1-1, and Mayo rips it to third, taken on a hop by Delgado. This will be at least a double play as Delgado fires, but throws to first, and it's too high. I spoke too soon as Mayo is able to reach on the fielder's choice. The throw to first base was too high for Prees. Delgado able to retire Watson as the lead runner, 5 unassisted. Norby replaces Watson at second base, and Mayo replaces Norby at first base. But it's still a continuation of the trend that Bowie needs to break. Another goose egg with runners in scoring position, and now here's John Rhodes. He singled up the middle back in the first inning. First pitch here, and it's called a strike. Fastball on the outside edge. Williams has fired a first pitch strike to each of the last 2 batters after those opening base runners. It was a single by Watson to left field and a 5-pitch walk to Connor Norby. Here's the 0-1. Rhodes watches slider miss down and away. It's a ball and a strike. And I've said it, Williams has had some short outings. He only fired 3 innings against the Baysox in his last start. He's at 44 pitches now. And Akron has a right-hander warming in their bullpen, Aaron Pinto. Williams sets out of the stretch, stares back Norby at second, the 1-1, and Rhodes swings and misses, way too far ahead of the curveball. He was 3/4 of the way through his swing by the time the ball even got to home plate. So it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Darrell Hernandez is on deck for Bowie. Williams fires the 1-2, but instead spins back to second and does not throw the ball. So that's his first step off. I don't think he's too concerned with any more pickoffs here. He's just continually eyeing Norby. The 1-2 pitch, and Rhodes pops it up. Right side of the infield, Micah Prees makes the call. Infield fly rule in effect, and it's 2 outs. Bowie's 0 for 4 today with runners in scoring position. With a right-hander in the box, too, you think that maybe Connor Norby would attempt a steal of third base, but now that's out of the equation. So now here's Darrell Hernandez. Hernandez flew out to left field back in the first inning. First pitch in, and it misses down and away. Hernandez flinched at it. Moved the wrists a little bit, but didn't go too far. It's 1-0 to start. And this was the first point that Kyle Moore brought up when I asked him what's got to change for this series, is that, yeah, the bullpen does need to do better, but the offense needs to give the bullpen more space to work with, especially early in the game. The 1-0 pitch, and Hernandez watches curveball for called strike on the outside edge. It's 1-1. Because simply the way that Bowie is playing, you can't expect to win ball games when you're coming up empty with runners in scoring position as often as they have. The 1-1 pitch, and it misses inside, off speed. 2 balls and 1 strike on Hernandez. We're scoreless here in the top of the third inning. Bowie has gotten runners into scoring position twice today. Kobe Mayo and John Rhodes had 1-out singles in the first. Watson singled, and Connor Norby walked here to start the third. The 2-1, and Hernandez fouls it off. Fastball in on the hands, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. But now with 2 outs, Bowie hasn't done anything more than just runners at first and second. At least now, Cade Povich is getting a lot more time to reset on the bench. After Williams used just 8 pitches in the second, this third inning is taking much longer. The 2-2 pitch, Norby takes off, and Hernandez floats it foul in the air right side. It'll get out of play. Well, interested to why Bowie is doing it now with 2 outs. They could have even tried to steal with Zach Watson when Kobe Mayo was at the plate. Watson's got speed too. Before really Norby got here or Hernandez, Watson was one of the fastest on the team. But the count stays even at 2 here. And Bowie's already played their hand. I doubt they try again. 2-2. Slider misses down and away, and it runs the count full. So now they will get the head start, and everyone anticipates it. But Hernandez really needs to make something happen here. As Cesar Pareto is on deck, he could come up with the bases loaded if Williams loses Hernandez. 3-2, runners go, and it's bounced to first. Picked on a high hop by Prees. He'll turn the corner and beat Hernandez to the bag. Baysox go 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position here in the third inning. And as we go to the bottom of the frame, it's still scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Well, Bowie's missed out on more chances today as we move to the bottom of the third inning. They could have given Cade Povich a lead to work with after getting 2 runners on base to start the frame. But instead, they go 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position so far today. And as we move to the bottom of the third, Povich will have to try and keep it scoreless. He'll face 9-1-2 in the Akron lineup, starting with Julian Escobedo. Left-hander hitting .213 on the year, a .621 OPS in 112 games. 16 doubles and 2 triples, 5 homers, 37 runs batted in. As Povich is ready. Holds for a moment, now turns and fires the first pitch. It's a fastball, misses down and away. 1-0 to start. So against the first 9 batters, Povich has fired a first pitch ball to 7 of them. I said it in the last half inning, that's not a pace that you can really sustain. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball called for strike in the lower inside corner. It's 1-1. Because especially once you get to that second trip through the order, if you've got batters falling behind, or working ahead early, I should say. The 1-1 called a strike, curveball, it's 1-2. If you've got batters working ahead on the first pitch like that, and they've got a better understanding of your stuff after seeing you the first time, well, then they can really hammer you. The 1-2, bounced over towards second, deep in the hole. Norby sliding grab, uprights, fires, sidearm, and got him! Sensational by Connor Norby. That fluid motion down to the knee in the slide, right back up to throw it across the body and get it to Dashbach in time. Not an easy play by any standard, and that's why Norby is, at this point, one of the best infielders that Bowie has. Here's Jose Tena, first pitch. Fouled off back to the screen, it's 0-1. Honestly, you could probably even drop that one of the modifiers and just say he is the best infielder for the Baysox right now. Tena struck out swinging on a full count back in the first inning after he worked ahead 3-0. The 0-1 is a breaking ball, bounced to short, in on the hands where Hernandez scoops it and fires to first base from second base. It gets there in time, 6-3. That was just a little inside sawed-off piece. You might have even heard the bat crack a little bit. And quickly 2 away. Povich on a good pace in this inning, something he very much needs. Akron still has the right-hander Aaron Pinto warming in the bullpen. Perhaps he may be coming out for the 4th after Williams threw just 53 pitches and danced around constant trouble. Here's Lavastida. First pitch in, and the right-hander belts it out to left field. Watson sprinting back, has a read at the warning track, steps to his left at the last second and makes the catch. A perfect 3rd inning for Cade Povich, and a speedy one at that. 7 pitches to set down the side in order. 4th inning coming up. We're scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Well, fans, care's around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. No appointment needed. Learn more at patientfirst.com. On to the 4th inning here in Akron. Hope you've gotten your lunch at some point today. Well, we still got some time. I'm usually an early lunch kind of guy. We're scoreless here into the 4th as Akron makes a pitching change. Gavin Williams is done. Fired only 3 innings. He was a bit shaky. Needed 25 pitches in the 3rd inning and had to dance with 2 runners on base at the start of the frame, but got out of it. But only 3 innings for Williams. 3 hits, no runs, only 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. He used 53 pitches total. And Aaron Pinto will come out of the bullpen, right-hander, to face off against Cesar Prieto, Hudson Haskin, and Andrew Dashbach. Left-hander Prieto struck out swinging on a 2-2 pitch back in the first inning. As third base plays in on the line, Prieto hacks at the first pitch, doesn't square, and he fouls it off to the left side, 0-1 to start. Aaron Pinto, a 5'10", 210-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from West Covina, California, 24th round draft selection in 2018 from the State University of New York in Stony Brook. The 0-1 pitch, and Prieto lines it into the left center field gap. This will fall in for a base hit, and it's just cut off by the center fielder Escobedo, but Prieto still trying for second. The throw goes way wide, and Prieto has an easy jog into the bag. Escobedo rushed the throw and practically threw it to first base. That'll be a double, the 22nd of the season for Cesar Prieto. It gets Bowie a leadoff runner into scoring position. They got the first batter of the inning into scoring position with no one out in the third. They did nothing with it. They need to change that here. As Hudson Haskins steps in, he got hit by a pitch in the second and was immediately taken out on a double play. Pinto peers in out of the stretch and brings ball to glove at the waist. First pitch home, and Haskin watches a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1 to start. Pinto on the season for Akron has made 9 appearances, 0-0 record, but a 7.82 ERA. He did not have a good season that started in AAA Columbus. He spent all of last year with Akron. The 0-1 pitch, and Haskin fouls it off. In on the hands, and it goes to the right side, 0-2. Only 12 2/3 innings for Pinto. He has struck out 20 batters and walked 11. He's allowed 2 home runs. But in AAA, he went 2-2 with a 5.17 ERA in 25 games, 42 strikeouts, 17 walks. Runner at second, no one out. The 0-2 to Haskin is high. Fastball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Pinto actually made 2 appearances against the Baysox the last time Bowie was in town. Neither of them went particularly well. In 2 2/3 total innings, he allowed 3 runs and walked 4 batters. That was his big issue, the walks. 1-2, and Haskin floats it out to right field, but it hangs up long enough. Jonathan Rodriguez will make the catch and fire to third, holding Prieto from tagging up. The throw was offline. Prieto probably could have gone there, but that's not advisable by any metric. That's the first out of the inning. Bowie is 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position in this game. I'm not a fan, normally. I haven't done it pretty much at all this season when it comes to counting upwards on bad metrics like this, especially bad metrics of the Baysox, but it's absolutely relevant for the way that they have been performing over the last week, that their work with runners in scoring position has hurt them. Here's Andrew Dashbach. First pitch misses down and away. Kept in front by Lavastida, and it's 1-0 to start. Pinto is coming off of a scoreless outing in the Harrisburg series. He tossed an inning, did not give up a hit, walked a batter, and struck out a batter. That was it. But prior to that, when he pitched in Altoona, it did not go well. We can tell you that in a second. Pickoff throw to second, but Pinto doesn't have that deceptive of a move. Prieto was able to sidestep back in safely. So we'll wait on the 1-0 pitch. But Pinto was only able to collect 1 out against the curve back at the start of this month. He allowed 4 earned runs, 5 total, walked 3 batters. Runner goes, and they've got him picked. Prieto mistimed the jump, and he's picked off and caught stealing. Bowie gets a runner into scoring position, and again, they do nothing with it. A 1-5 pickoff. So Andrew Dashbach just waited around, waiting for his 1-0 pitch. And nothing happened. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And it's a curveball, called for strike on the bottom edge of the zone. It's 1-1. So after a leadoff double, it's now bases empty and 2 outs, still a scoreless game. The 1-1, And Dashbach watches outside a slider, run the count to 2 balls and a strike. Dashbach hit into a double play on a 2-1 pitch back in the second inning. As Pinto looks to log a scoreless frame after giving up that double. The 2-1. Dashbach watches breaking ball miss down and away, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Next offering in from Pinto, and Dashbach watches low and away, ball 4. Well, I do feel bad as Pinto walks his first batter, second walk given up by Akron pitching today. I do feel bad because obviously I'm advocating hard for Bowie to attempt more steals. They do need to attempt more steals, especially with this specific catcher behind the plate. But the fact is, and it remains, as Andres Angulo is going to step in. He's going to replace Maverick Handley in this game. First pitch to Angulo, misses down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The fact is that Bowie, you can see why they necessarily don't steal as often, because sometimes their jumps have been a little bit unsavory. The 1-0. Angulo watches down and away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. I mean, hey, we'll have to see if Bowie can make something out of this inning while it still persists, because Pinto is having his trouble in location. 2-0. Called a strike, fastball on the outside edge, and it's 2-1 on Angulo. So, no real clarification there, though, as to why Maverick Handley has been removed from the game. Not sure if he took a ball off of the face mask or what it might have been. 2-1 pitch, and Angulo slaps it up the first baseline, but foul. Hits off of the peak of the netting. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But 8 games for Angulo this season, a .333 batting average and a .908 OPS. He's got 3 doubles, no triples, a homer, 5 runs batted in. Had a big series against Richmond, too, his former team. Runner at first, 2 away, still scoreless here in the 4th. 2-2 pitch, and Angulo pokes it deep in the hole to first, into right field for a base hit. Now that's a 3-game hit streak for Angulo, and it puts Dashbach to second base. If Prieto had not been caught stealing, that would have loaded the bases for Zach Watson. With 2 outs, well, it would have only been with 1 out, I should say, so shouldn't push too far ahead, but it would have loaded the bases. Now Watson does get to come up with a runner in scoring position, however, after he singled earlier in the game. Quick mound visit, and it gives us a chance to tell you about the rest of the Eastern League this evening. Of course, it's an 11:05 game today, and we're just getting into the afternoon barely, so we still got lots of time to wait around before the rest of the league gets going. This is the only game, I think the only game for the rest of the week that's going to be starting even before 1. But either way, 6 o'clock, you've got a first pitch between Altoona and Reading. That will be a serious series for the Curve, because they still do have an outsider shot at maybe making a run at the playoffs. They would, of course, need to hope for a couple of different dominoes to fall in their direction while also winning at least 5 games themselves. But Altoona and Reading get going at 6. Somerset and Portland will get going at 6:35. That will most likely be a preview of the first round of the Northeast Division's Championship Series. That's going to take place at TD Bank Ballpark this week. Richmond hosts Erie at 6:35. That'll be the game Bowie watches most. New Hampshire and Harrisburg at 6:35. Same with Binghamton and Hartford. We're back to action here as we wait on the first pitch to Zach Watson. Here it comes. Fastball popped up. Right side of the infield, Angel Martinez backs up. He makes the catch. Bowie comes up empty with runners in scoring position yet again. They get a leadoff double. Do nothing with that. They get 2 more on base. Come up empty still. Bottom of the 4th, we're scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Hey fans, do you know your mud hens from your trash pandas? Then play Minor League Rundown, the official free-to-play game of minor league baseball, and compete for tickets and game day experiences. Rundown is made for masters of ballpark trivia. Playing is free and easy on any mobile device. Just head on over to www.ballyplay.com to sign up and play. Return for each open round to vie for more prizes, including the grand prize to attend championship weekend in Las Vegas this October. It's never been this fun to get caught in a rundown.
Bottom of the fourth in a scoreless game as Bowie, boy, they're missing out. 5 hits for the Baysox against just 1 hit for Akron. Bowie is already 0 for 7 today with runners in scoring position. As Cade Povich gets back to work, left-hander faces John Kenzie Noel, and the first pitch misses up and away. 1-0 to start. Noel has seen 5 pitches today. None of them have been in the strike zone. Next pitch. Outside, make it 6 pitches. Still no strikes for Cade Povich against the heavy slugger Noel, who's had a tough time picking up off speeds from Baysox pitchers this season. He has not played Bowie well this year, but Povich is just not feeding him anything. The 2-0. Outside, fastball runs it to 3-0. Povich just keeps feeding him outside in the hopes that Noel is going to swing and miss, but he's not swinging at the fastballs. He's always been swinging at the off-speed stuff. That's why he strikes out over 40% of the time against the Baysox compared to just a quarter of the time this season. 3-0 pitch. Another 4-pitch walk. Fastball right outside. Povich literally didn't feed him anything even close to the plate. Noel has seen 8 pitches, and he's drawn 2 walks. And now here's Mike Capriz as Akron gets the first runner on base. Breeze flew out to left field on a 0-1 pitch back in the first inning. He can hit a few grounders. He's hit into 6 double plays. First pitch. This is outside. 5 pitches to start this inning, and not a single one of them has found the strike zone from Cade Povich. Left-hander sets. Fires the 1-0, and it's sprayed up the line foul. That one was probably going to be outside again. 91-mile-an-hour changeup runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Runner at first, no one out here in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-1 to Breeze. He's down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bowie pitchers have simply been having more trouble over the last couple of weeks, just in terms of their strike percentage. Very simple, the number of strikes that you're throwing in comparison to the number of pitches you're throwing total. The 2-1 pitch. Curveball inside, 3-1. And I've said it, on average, really one of the minimums that you want to see in terms of a strike percentage is 60%. But I'd say at least half of Bowie's starts over the last week plus have not seen the starting pitcher reach that metric. And right now, Povich is at 54% strikes. 3-1 pitch. Fastball smoked up the middle of base hit. Noel had to wait up, thinking it could have been caught at second base, so he can only advance 1 bag. But Povich is giving Akron plenty to work with here. A 4-pitch walk and then a 3-1 pitch for an easy single from Breeze. He's got hits in 4 consecutive games now, and now Akron has the first run of the game in scoring position with no one out here in the fourth. Again, Bowie could have this game in a much different situation if they were at least able to capitalize on their runner in scoring position opportunities. But Bowie is 0 for 7 already today with runners in scoring position. They've stranded at least 1 runner in scoring position in 3 of the 4 innings they've played. So Andres Angulo heads out for a quick chat. And now here's Angel Martinez, who had the other Akron hit today. He singled to open the second inning and got left at second base after a steal. First and second, still no one out. And Martinez is instantly showing bunt. The pitch is down and inside, missed completely. 1-0 to start. Ten pitches in this inning for Cade Povich. Only 2 of them have found the strike zone. He sets at the waist. The 1-0 Martinez shows again and bunts it perfectly to the mound. Povich will go to first. Sacrifice successful. Goes 1-3. First run of the game is now at third base. Bowie could have tried something similar when Hudson Haskin came to the plate in the fourth after Cesar Prieto led off with a double. Aside from Prieto, Haskin is the best bunter on the team, but they didn't try for it. Prieto got picked off, and Bowie got nothing out of the inning. Here's Jonathan Rodriguez. He struck out looking on a full count pitch in the second. Infield plays in, and the first pitch here is lifted out toward deep left field. This will score the run, probably both, as it's over Watson's head, off of the wall. 2 runs will score. Rodriguez goes to second. Bowie trails 2-0. Well, the Baysox had multiple opportunities to take a lead in this game. They blew them all 7 of them. And now on Akron's second opportunity, just their second, they take a 2-run lead. First pitch to Rodriguez, too. His 7th double of the season. RBIs number 12 and 13. Runner still in scoring position, still only 1 out. Here's Daniel Schneemann. First pitch, and he squares, but pulls back on an inside breaking ball. It's 1-0 to start. Here's the next. Half swing, and it's bounced to third. High chop where it's picked by Mayo. He'll run and fire low to first, but it's just in time. Mayo double clutched and hesitated to make sure he didn't hurry the throw and miss it. He had a couple of critical errors at third base in the 9th inning of Wednesday's game against Richmond last week. So he was fortunate to get that one there, but in essence, a sacrifice bunt as Rodriguez advances to third base. A 5-3 putout in the scorebook. Now here's Raynell Delgado. First pitch, and Delgado watches curveball, called for strike on the top half of the zone. It's 0-1. Well, aside from Rodriguez's double here in the 4th inning to start his plate appearance, that's the first pitch strike for Cade Povich this frame. The 0-1. Too far outside. Fastball runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Well, again, the path for Bowie at this point in the season with only 6 games remaining is clear. If they split this series with Akron, they're out of the playoffs. There's no other way to slice it. 2-2 misses high. Or 2-2, I should say the 1-1 misses high, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm not sure why they've got 1 and 2 up on the board. Runner at third, 2 away. Here's the next. Sprayed foul to the left side. Count now goes even at 2. But again, Bowie's path is clear. If they lose 3 games in this series, then their season is over. And to have the game go in the path that it has been today does not necessarily give you good hopes for the way the rest of the week might go. The 1-2. Fouled off again. High fastball gets back to the screen. And the count stays. Povich comes set. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Inning's over, but Akron takes advantage of one of their opportunities while Bowie has missed out. 2 RBI double for Jonathan Rodriguez. And as we go to the 5th, Bowie trails 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry, visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey, coffee lovers! Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
Top of the fifth here in Akron as Bowie now plays behind. They've had plenty of runners on base and plenty in scoring position today, but they've done nothing with it. Baysox are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and while they've out-hit Akron 5-3, they trail 2-0. Top of the lineup will bat for Bowie as Aaron Pinto continues for his second inning of relief. Connor Norby leads off. 0 for 1 day for Norby with a strikeout and a walk. First pitch here, high fastball just misses, and it's 1-0 to start. Norby has started ahead on all 3 of his plate appearances now. He got to second base back in the third, and as the Baysox have done all day, he was left stranded. Next pitch misses well outside and gets to the screen. It's 2 balls and no strikes. And Bowie's 0 for 7 today with runners in scoring position. You combine that with the Richmond series, as we've been doing for at least a little bit now. That's a batting average of just 0.72, 72. Next pitch misses down to Norby, and it's 3-0. He's been working far ahead in all of his plate appearances. He had a 3-1 count in the first, 3-0 in the third, and now 3-0 here in the fifth. As Akron gets another right-hander up. 3-0. Norby watches called strike on the upper outside corner. Just got there. And it's 3-1. I think that might be Luis Oviedo tossing for Akron in the bullpen. As the 3-1 is bounced to third. Sliding over and scooping Delgado. Fires to first in time. Norby's retired 5-3. It's only the second time today the Baysox didn't get the first batter of the inning on base. The other time was when Norby struck out swinging to open the game. Yes, that is Oviedo getting loose. I'm not sure Bowie has seen him much this year. So now here's Kobe Mayo. He's been on base twice. Had an infield single in the first. First pitch to him here is swung on and lifted out toward right center field, but not very deep. Right fielder Rodriguez runs over and stops. He makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Is it raining? Yeah, it's raining. We've got a light cloud that's just moving directly over top. It's hard to catch the rain simply because of the blue sky that you can see through the outfield. But it's a very soft pour. It is starting to intensify a little bit. It's coming down. And now John Rhodes will step in. First pitch to him is called a strike. Curveball on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Bowie trails 2-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Baysox have stranded runners in scoring position in 3 different innings today. The 0-1 pitch. And Rhodes watches a called strike. Curveball in the lower outside corner. It's 0-2. There's a single up the middle in the first inning for Rhodes. That gave Bowie runners at first and second with only 1 out, and they left them both. He popped out on an infield fly in the third. He swings and misses on an 0-2 pitch here, and the Baysox go down in order in the 5th. Pinto doesn't really flinch too much. Halfway home here in Akron, Bowie trails 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Bottom of the 5th here in Akron as Bowie trails 2-0. Nate Povich is back to work after allowing the 2 runs in the 4th inning. He's at 62 pitches, and he'll face 9-1-2 here in the 5th. First pitch to Julian Escobedo is a fastball called for strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1 to start. After Escobedo, Jose Tena and Brian Lavastida will bat. Left-hander, right-hander in the lineup. As the 0-1 is down and away, it's a ball and a strike. Escobedo grounded out to second base back in the 3rd inning. Povich has not started ahead, no balls and 2 strikes on any batter today. As the 1-1 pitch is outside. Oh, call it for a strike. Just a late ring up there on a bit of a wide give. And it's 1-2. As they've got a decent shift on for Escobedo. He pulls it nearly half the time. 1-2 pitch. Curveball pulled, but foul up the first base line. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie's probably going to see another pitcher for the next half inning. Well, perhaps. Luis Oviedo was getting loose in the 5th, but Aaron Pinto set down the side in order on just about 10 pitches. And he's not getting loose anymore from what I can see. Another 1-2, and it's checked on high, a fastball. They'll appeal to third base. He held up. Run the count even at 2 on Julian Escobedo here. But again, as Bowie trails 2-0, the work that they need to do is less on Povich and more on the pitching. Next pitch fouled off to the left side. And the count stays even at 2. Of course, it's not been the best with Povich in his strike rate right now. Working from behind a lot of batters. As the 2-2 is fouled off. Escobedo won't go down. That was the 8th pitch, or this next one will be the 8th pitch. And as Povich is continually working behind batters, it was only a matter of time. The 2-2 here is floated into center field. Rhodes ranges to his right. As the ball hangs up long enough, he makes the catch. There's one away. And it's on the offense today for Bowie, why they don't at least have, they at least didn't get an early lead. And this game should, in a regular setting, be at least tied right now, considering how many base runners Bowie has had. Here's Jose Tena, first pitch, and he makes a half-hearted try at it, fouls it off to the left side. 0-1 to start. Tena's 0 for 2, struck out swinging on a full count pitch back in the 1st, grounded out to short in the 3rd. The 0-1. Fastball misses outside, and it's a ball and a strike. This will probably be the last inning for Povich, though, as he's already up to 72 pitches. As the 1-1 is called a strike. Generous on the lower outside corner, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Akron gets Luis Oviedo back up and loosening in the bullpen as the 1-2 misses down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So I imagine he will come back out to relieve Aaron Pinto. As Povich shakes off a couple and now fires the 2-2. Tena takes a late hack on an inside curveball and just gets a piece. Fouled back to the screen, and the count stays. Povich having a tough time putting down batters in this half inning. Needed 8 pitches to send down Escobedo. This will be the 6th pitch to Tena. Another 2-2. Just misses outside. Looked like we'd seen pitches around there called for strike before. But it runs the count full. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a poke just past the mound. Might have hit off of Povich's glove, but Darrell Hernandez scoops it at short. And he's able to get it to first in time. I'm going to call that one just a 6-3 and not a 1-6-3. And now here's Brian Lavastida. First pitch to Lavastida fouled off to the right side. It's 0-1. Next offering is lined out toward deep right field. Haskin ranging back and reaches up at the warning track to make the catch. Hard line drive, but the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Povich. We go to the 6th. Bowie trails 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
That was a good inning for Cade Povich to keep it at a 2-0 game, but Bowie needs to change that. They need their offense to get going. As we move to the 6th inning here in Akron, Bowie still trails 2-0, and Akron makes another pitching change. Aaron Pinto is done. He fired 2 scoreless innings, and he's in line for the win now after Akron took the lead in the 4th while he was on record. It was 2 hits for Pinto, no runs, of course. He struck out only 1 batter and walked 1. As Luis Oviedo takes over, he'll face off against 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup, starting with Darrell Hernandez. First pitch, and Hernandez swings and misses. Curveball down. It's 0-1 to start. Oviedo, a 6'5", 215-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Lara, Venezuela. Waiver claim back in earlier this season. He played for Pittsburgh. Next pitch is fouled off to the right side. It's 0-2. On the season for Akron, Oviedo has made 20 appearances. He's gone 0-4 with a 5.54 ERA, 50 1/3 innings, 53 strikeouts, 37 walks. He's allowed 8 home runs. As the 0-2 pitch to Hernandez misses down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes. 0 for 2 day for Hernandez. He flew out to left field in the first, grounded out to first base on a full count to end the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-2, and Hernandez pops it up. Left side of the infield, the newly found sunlight is giving Daniel Schneemann some fits. He shades his eyes, but is able to find the ball and makes the catch up against the shoulder. Yeah, those heavy clouds that were giving us a bit of a light shower only about a full inning ago have completely moved behind the ballpark, and we've got clear blue skies above and just vast rays of sunshine falling on the stadium. So Hernandez pops out to open the inning. Bowie has gone down 5 in a row. Here's Cesar Prieto. First pitch into the left-hander, and Prieto watches down and in a fastball. It's 1-0 to start. Prieto doubled to left field in the 4th inning, but then he got picked off and caught stealing third base. Bowie wasn't able to do anything with him at the plate, or with him on base. Hudson Haskin lined out on the next pitch. 1-0. This is down and inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. As Bowie trails 2-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. Baysox are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. While the 2-0 is an inside fastball, 3-0 on Prieto. Meanwhile, Akron, on the other hand, is 1 for 5. Not a big difference, but the 1 is what mattered. Jonathan Rodriguez had a 2 RBI double with runners at 2nd and 3rd. It's been the difference maker as the 3-0 is a late called strike in the lower outside corner, run it to 3-1. Gade Povich looks like he'll be done for Bowie. As the Baysox get a right-hander warming in the bullpen, it's Tyler Birch. 3-1 pitch to Prieto. Called a strike on the outside edge. Prieto was hopping out of the box and ready to jog up the line, and it runs the count full. That outside half, especially to the left-handers, has been very inconsistent today. Bowie has not been able to benefit from it as much because they only have 1 left-hander. Akron has 5. The payoff to Prieto is down and in, and finally he gets his ball 4. A 1-out walk. First walk given up by Oviedo, of course. 3rd overall. And now here's Hudson Haskin. It's an 0 for 1 day for Haskin. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd, lined out to right field in the 4th. First pitch, and he swings way through a curveball. That was practically already back to his shoulder by the time the ball got home. 0-1 to start. It's a 2-0 Akron lead here in the 6th inning. He's been getting base runners. You just got to take it that next step. The 0-1. Haskin lines it up the 3rd baseline, but it's pulling, and it falls in foul. There is not much foul ground once you get about 50 feet from the corner at this ballpark. They cut the seats in hard toward the foul line to get you close to the action. So it's pretty difficult to get a ball to land in foul up against the corner like that. But it runs the count to 0-2. Oviedo sets. Next pitch home, and Haskin pops it up on the infield. Foul ground, Oviedo runs down. The catcher makes the call. Now the 3rd baseman, Raynell Delgado, is the one to make the catch. Bowie is not making good contact today. And now here's Andrew Dashbach. Over 1 day for Dashbach. He hit into a double play in the second inning, walked in the fourth, and got to scoring position, but as per usual, was left stranded. Bowie's already left on 6 today. First pitch, and Dashbach swings and misses on a breaking ball down. It's 0-1. Baysox lead the Eastern League in runners left on base this year, an average of about 7.5 per game. And at the rate that they've been playing, as the 0-1 to Dashbach is called a strike on the outside edge, 0-2. The rate that they've been playing, Bowie will most likely be the only team at the end of the season to strand 1,000 runners on base. Here's the 0-2. Dashbach bounces it to third, but foul. Pulled up the line just a tad. Count stays. As we include today's numbers, the Baysox have stranded 972 runners on base this season. Runner at first, 2 away, the 0-2, and a slider. Misses too far outside. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Still a little back of the envelope math here. If you bring even 5% of those runners home, 5%, that's 48 more runs in your bindle. The 1-2, and Dashbach fouls it off back to the screen, count stays. And it wouldn't even necessarily be too hard because the Baysox also strand the most runners in scoring position this season, 716. So let's drop it down even a little more so. 5% of that is 35 more runs. The amount of one-run games that Bowie has lost this season, the 1-2 pitch, and Dashbach swings and misses, make it 7 left on base today. As Cesar Prieto draws a 1-out walk, he's left at first. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Bowie trails 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Bottom of the 6th here in Akron. Thank you so much for stopping by this afternoon. Matt Sabatis with you from Canal Park. If you've decided to tune in on your lunch break, well, glad you're joining. Unfortunately, it's not been the best day for the Bowie Baysox. I'd make a wrong side of the bed reference, but I mean, I feel like that joke's too easy. My jokes are more corny than that. But Bowie trails 2-0 despite out-hitting Akron 5-3. As we move to the bottom of the 6th, the Baysox make a pitching change. Tyler Birch takes over as Cade Povich is done. 5 innings for Povich, and they were strong. It's just been the Bowie offense that did not back him up today. I'll give you his full line in a second as Birch fires the first pitch to John Kenzie Noel. It's a breaking ball called for strike, 0-1. That's the first pitch that Noel has seen for strike. Povich saw him twice and fired 4 balls each time. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Noel watches breaking ball miss down. It's 1-1. 5 innings for Povich, only 3 hits allowed and 2 runs. He struck out 4 and walked 2. Again, both were Jhonkensy Noel. But he's in line for the loss as Bowie trails 2-0. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. The first swing from Jhonkensy Noel comes up empty on a slider, down and away, 1-2. Tyler Birch, 6'2", 190-pound right-hander, traded over from Philadelphia in 2021. On the season for Bowie, he's made 32 appearances, gone 0-5 with a 5.57 ERA, 42 innings, 42 strikeouts, 16 walks. He's allowed 10 home runs. As he comes set, 1-2 pitch to Noel is checked on, slider down and away. Home plate umpire asks for the appeal, but he held up. That's the right call. It's 2-2. Birch is coming off of a strong outing against Richmond that saw him face 6 batters against 4 outs. Gave up a walk and struck out 2 in a scoreless inning in the third. 2-2 pitch, and it's popped up. Out toward right field, carrying a Tad. A little bit more. Hudson Haskin has to back up and finally gets his ankles to the warning track before making the catch. That one just kept going. But it's 1 out, and now here's Mike Capriz. And again, this game would be drastically different if Bowie could at least get 1 hit today with a runner in scoring position. It wouldn't be trailing by 2, trailing by just 1, maybe tied. Who knows? Left-hander Parise is 1 for 2, and the first pitch to him is a fastball that misses up and away. It's 1-0 to start. As Akron gets another body in the bullpen going. That's right-hander Kyle Marmon. The 1-0 pitch is muscled in the air to right field, but very high, not very deep. Hudson Haskin moves over to his right with a lot of time to spare and makes the catch. So quickly 2 away on a couple of flyouts induced by Birch, and now Angel Martinez. Martinez singled in the second inning, laid down a crucial sacrifice bunt in the fourth. First pitch to him here, misses low, and it's 1-0 to start. He started ahead 1-0 in all 3 plate appearances. Yeah, but Martinez laid down a bunt that he had telegraphed the entire way. Didn't surprise it or anything. The 1-0 swung on and missed up and away. It's 1-1. That's something Bowie does not do. They don't inform the field of their bunt attempts. Cesar Pareto is the only real bunter on the team, and he always tries to surprise it. The 1-1, here's a surprise bunt in the air. Mayo runs foul, but it's out of play and touches down. Mayo did get a good jump on it, and he had the route proper, but it just didn't get high enough in the air and fell in just before Mayo could get there. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. So now Birch can polish off a perfect inning with a good strike here. The 1-2. Too far outside. Fastball runs the count even at 2. And Martinez calls for a quick time. Well, I really appreciate umpire Jen Powell and how quick she normally is in backing out from behind the catcher to say that someone is called for time. There were umpires in the last series that weren't doing that, and it led to confusion. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Late hack on a fastball up and away, and Martinez goes down. A perfect inning of relief for Tyler Birch, and we're on to the 7th. Bowie trails 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Top of the 7th inning here in Akron as Bowie needs to get the bats working. They trail 2-0. The Rubber Ducks are making their third pitching change as Kyle Marmon comes out of the bullpen. Luis Oviedo fired a scoreless 6th. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. That was it. Bowie does not have a base hit since Andres Angulo singled in the 4th inning with 2 outs, and Angulo will bat here in the 7th. After him, Zach Watson and Connor Norby will take over. But Kyle Marmon on the mound, 6'3", 195-pound, 25-year-old right-hander from Boca Raton, Florida. 13th round draft selection in 2018 from Florida Atlantic. On the season for Akron, he's made 39 appearances, gone 5-2. First pitch to Angulo is belted into center field, but not deep enough. Escobedo running down, now toward right center, and it's the right fielder, as a matter of fact, Jonathan Rodriguez, to make the catch. That one really just sliced as soon as it got into the air. Well, 1 pitch, and Angulo is already gone. And now here's Zach Watson. 4.70 ERA for Marmon this year in 46 innings. 57 strikeouts, 28 walks. He's allowed 6 home runs. He's blown 3 saves this year in 6 opportunities. And this, at the moment, does count as a save opportunity. I just don't see him going the full distance to convert it. First pitch. Watson watches a called strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. 1 for 2 day for Watson. He singled to left field in the 3rd inning. But he got forced out at 3rd on a ground ball after moving to second base, and then he popped out to second base in the 4th. Here's the 0-1. Watson swings through a curveball too far ahead, and it's 0-2. Well, the day has been very heavily dictated by just strikes thrown and strike percentages. Akron has by far thrown more strikes than Bowie pitching has, as the 0-2 is swung on and missed. Watson chases the exact same curveball, and he's down on strikes. First strikeout for Marmon, only the 4th for Akron pitching. That's part of it, too, is that while Akron is getting some high strike rates right now, they're not striking out a ton of batters. I think more so just they're getting the contact that they need at points, even though Bowie does have 5 hits. It's very odd. Here's Connor Norby, first pitch. Fastball misses down and away, and it's 1-0 to start. 0 for 2 day for Norby. He struck out swinging on a full count back in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, and grounded out in the 5th. As the 1-0 pitch is down and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Bowie trails 2-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. A game that's seen them have many opportunities, but unable to convert on any of them. Well, Akron converted on one of their big chances and gave themselves the 2-0 lead. 2-0 pitch is fouled off. Over to the right side, and it runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. And Norby watches fastball called for strike at the letters. Not pleased with the call, but not something to make a fuss about here, especially in the first game of a series, but it runs the count to 2-2. Next pitch. Check swing, down and in. He held up. So it runs the count full. Norby has run the count full twice today. He's only batting 167 on full counts, but walks about 40% of the time. Marmon sets. Tall right-hander fires, and it's checked on, low and away. Appeal to the first base umpire. He held up. That was a little bit of slow communication from all parties involved. Home plate umpire had called it a ball. Brian Lavastida thought that it was a swinging strike, and he was about to throw it back to the mound, but then he had to go ask the first base umpire, and the first base umpire just kind of lackadaisically threw his hands up saying, yeah, he didn't swing. So Norby draws his second walk of the day, fourth walk overall by Akron pitching, and the first from Kyle Marmon. Here's Kobe Mayo, first pitch, and Mayo watches fastball, called for strike on the bottom edge of the zone. It's 0-1. Marmon deals the 0-1, and Mayo swings and misses. Breaking ball down and away. And it's quickly 0-2. 1 for 3 day for Mayo. Singled to third base in the first. Flew out to right field his last time up. Bowie trails 2-0. The 0-2 pitch, and Mayo rips it to short where it's speared by Daniel Schneemann. That's the luck that Bowie has had today as Mayo smokes a hard-hit ball to short and gets nothing out of it. Bowie strands another runner on base. They're 8th as we stretch here at Canal Park. We were just at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie trails 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, it was a good first inning of relief for Tyler Birch, so he'll try to equal that for a second. We go to the bottom of the 7th here in Akron, but Bowie is still behind 2-0. Baysox have not gotten much. Haven't had a base hit since the 4th. Jonathan Rodriguez leads off, and the first pitch to him is a fastball that misses down and inside. 1-0 to start. After Rodriguez, it'll be left-handers, Daniel Schneemann, Raynell Delgado to follow. Rodriguez is responsible for both runs in this game. A 1-out, 2 RBI double in the 4th. After a sacrifice bunt. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And it's inside. Rodriguez had to bunny hop his way out. Nearly clipped him on the waist. That one probably would have been a bruise on the hip. It's 2-0. And it was a quick first inning of relief for Birch. Just 12 pitches for 2 flyouts to right and a strikeout. The 2-0 pitch here is checked on. A curveball inside. Andres Angulo asks for a late appeal, and it's successful. First base umpire says Rodriguez went. Didn't seem as if the barrel might have gone too far, but it runs the count to 2-1. Next pitch. Popped foul. Right side out of play. And Birch suddenly back in this one. It's 2-2. Someone in the scoreboard room wasn't paying attention on that check swing. They say it's 3-1 still. Now they've got it. Nope, they say it's 2-1. They're still off. 2-2. This is too far inside, and it runs the count full. First full count that Birch has fired today. Rodriguez ran it full back in the 2nd inning. He struck out looking. Sun poking out now. A payoff pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Nice slider down and away from Birch. 4 straight outs out of the pen for him. His 2nd strikeout. 6th overall for Baysox pitching. Now here's Schneemann. 0 for 2. He struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. First pitch. Fastball. Nicks the upper outside corner of the zone for a called strike. It's 0-1 to start. Schneemann has not had the best of seasons against Bowie specifically. He's been mostly in line. He just hasn't had the best season overall. The 0-1 misses down, and it's a ball and a strike. He is only hitting 200, only 196 against the Baysox. His strikeout rate, his walk rate have been pretty consistent with his overall numbers. Maybe a little bit lesser in both, but still close enough. 1-1 pitch from Birch is poked in the hole to the left, a base hit. They had the shift on for the lefty, and Schneemann just nicked it the other way. He does go to the opposite field over a third of the time, so he's always liable. And now he's got hits in back-to-back games. That ends a string of 9 consecutive outs by Baysox pitching. That's, once again, been frustrating about Bowie today, is that they have had base runners all day. The 5th inning is the only inning that Bowie did not get a runner on base. Here's Raynell Delgado, first pitch, misses down, and the count starts out at 1-0. Meanwhile, Akron has only had base runners in 4 innings today, as we're in the 7th. They capitalize on their best opportunity as a pickoff throw to first is just late. Pretty close. Birch has a very tight move, doesn't give too much of it away with his legs. But Schneemann was able to get back in safely. He's stolen 20 bases this year in 24 attempts. The 1-0 pitch. Lined out to left field, hanging up just enough for Zach Watson. Looked close, but Watson was able to jump on it fast and actually had to reach up to make the catch. So 2 away. Here's Julian Escobedo. Escobedo 0 for 2, grounded out to second base in the 3rd, flew out to center field in the 5th. And another pickoff throw is still a bit late. That throw from Birch was a bit high. That's the first of 2 step-offs allowed for Birch in this plate appearance. As Akron, they're starting to get some action in their bullpen again. Would be the 4th reliever when he comes out for the 8th. First pitch, breaking ball, called for strike at the knees. Good pitch. Who is that? Oh, that's Mason Hickman. Here's the 0-1. Lifted out toward left field again. Watson having to sprint to his right, and now curled down, he makes the catch. Zach Watson has been covering a lot of ground lately, and it's so fun to watch. Strands a runner at first, thanks to a couple of good plays in left field, and as we go to the 8th, Bowie trails 2-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Moving on to the 8th inning here in Akron as the Baysox need to get something going. They trail 2-0, have not collected a base hit since the 4th inning. And overall are still 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. John Rhodes leads off as Kyle Marmon continues on the mound. Second inning of relief for the right-hander. He walked a batter with 2 outs in the 7th, but that was it. It'll be Rhodes, Darrell Hernandez, and then Cesar Prieto to bat. First pitch in, and Rhodes pops it out toward right field. Foul ground, running Rodriguez, but it will hit to the netting. So a dead ball foul, and it's 0-1 to start. Rhodes 1 for 3 on the day. Singled up the middle in the first inning to put a runner at second with only 1 out. Bowie stranded them. He hit an infield fly in the third with runners at first and second. And then he struck out swinging to end the 5th inning. That's the only inning today that the Bay Sox have not gotten a base runner in that 5th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Rhodes pulls back on an up and in fastball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. But we did have a couple of good late inning performances in the Richmond series. They did. As the 1-1 pitch is a high bouncer over towards short. Picked on 2 hops by Schneemann at the chest, and he has just enough time to fire to first. 6-3 put out, and there's 1 away. I mean, on Sunday, Bowie tied the game after trailing 4-0. They put on 3 runs in the 7th and then 3 more in the 8th to tie it at 6. But then it got out of hand in the 9th, and Bowie lost again. They were able to pick up their walk-off win on Saturday, 2-1. They had that 5-3 lead on Wednesday, but the 9th inning got out of hand. Bowie has put together some good late-game performances lately offensively, as the first pitch to Darrell Hernandez is called a strike in the bottom edge. It's 0-1, but this game would be so much more calming had Bowie capitalized on their early opportunities. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed down. It's 0-2. Bases empty, 1 away, the 0-2 pitch, and Hernandez swings and misses. Goes down on 3 pitches. And that's the 15th strikeout for Hernandez in 12 games here at AA. Second strikeout for Marmon overall, and 5th for Akron pitching. Now here's Cesar Prieto. Bases empty, 2 away. Prieto is 1 for 2 with a walk. First pitch. And he watches fastball miss down and away. It's 1-0 to start. Here's the next. And Prieto squares. Tried to lay it down, but he couldn't. Dropped the bat just a split second too late, and the ball sailed right over top of it into the catcher's mitt. He tried to run it up the line, and he's called for a strike. On the count even at 1. Third base will still play in on the bag. Here's the next pitch. And Prieto lifts it into shallow center field. Escobedo jogging down, now picking up the pace slightly, but he still covers the ground. And the inning is over. But we goes down in order for only the 2nd time today. But they've only got 3 outs left. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, the Bay Sox trail 2-0. You're listening to Bay Sox Baseball.
The best way to take in a Bay Sox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Bay Sox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to baysox.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Already on to the bottom of the 8th here in Akron. Still just a 2-0 game as the Baysox have started to see the bats grow cold. They still out-hit the Rubber Ducks 5-4. And Tyler Birch will embark on his 3rd inning of relief. He's faced 1 over the minimum, gave up a 1-out single to Daniel Schneemann in the 7th, and that was it. As the top of the lineup for Akron will bat, starting with Jose Tena. Brian Lavastida will follow, and John Kenzie Noel after that. It'll be righty on lefty to get it going. First pitch to Tena is a called strike. Fastball touches the upper outside corner of the zone. It's 0-1. 0 for 3 day for Tena. Struck out swinging in the first. He's grounded out to the shortstop twice. Once in the 3rd, once in the 5th. As the 0-1 pitch is on the outside edge again for a called strike. 0-2. We've said it a couple of times today. That outside half to left-handers has been odd, fluctuating at points, but Akron has seen more of it because they have more lefties. The 0-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. High fastball from Birch. 3 strikeouts on his day. 7 overall for Baysox pitching. Birch has not fired 3 innings at any point this season for Bowie. His season long is 2 2/3, and that came all the way back in June. Bowie doesn't have anyone warming behind him. They seem content with letting him go as long as he can keep the pace. First pitch to Brian Lavastida. Misses down and away. Slider bounces in a tad. It's 1-0 to start. But Birch did have a little bit of starting experience back in 2019, and his career long is 5 innings back when he was a starter. The 1-0. Nice breaking ball, but too far inside to Lavastida. Runs it to 2 balls and no strikes. 0 for 3 day for Lavastida. Grounded out to 3rd in the 1st. He flew out to left field in the 3rd and then to right field in the 5th. As the 2-0 pitch is a slider. This one finds the zone. Lower outside corner, 2-1. But Akron, and basically the stark opposite to Bowie, is going with potentially another arm for the top of the 9th inning. 2-1 is fouled off. Fastball over to the right side. It's 2-2. Mason Hickman is getting loose again. He was getting loose the last time Akron was up to bat, but Rubber Ducks decided to leave Kyle Marmon out for a 2nd inning, and he paid him back. Retired the side with a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. But when Hickman comes out, he'd be the 4th reliever for the Ducks today. As Birch sets, 2-2 pitch, up and away. Slider runs it full. Only the 2nd full count that Birch has gotten to today. Jonathan Rodriguez struck out swinging to start the 7th inning. Bases empty, 1 away. The 3-2. Inside, nearly hit the batter. Lavastida had to raise up the elbows there to make sure he stayed clean. But it's a walk. First one given up by Birch. 3rd overall for Baysox pitching. And now John Kenzie Noel will bat, who had the other 2 walks. We'll have to see if Bowie does get someone up now. As Noel is 0 for 1 with 2 walks, a run, and a flyout. First pitch, and Noel watches fastball miss inside. It's 1-0. Birch will need to dance a little bit here because if you're looking at the rosters for these 2 teams, looking at the stats pages and saying which batter is most likely to hit a home run off of a specific pitcher, this might be the matchup you call for. The 1-0 misses down and away and gets by. Hit off of Angulo's glove, and Lavastida will move to 2nd base. That one could even go as a passed ball, but considering how far it slid outside, it's probably going to be a wild pitch. Angulo just looked like he had a glove on it at first, but it skipped away. So it's 2 balls and no strikes on Lavastida. Or Noel, rather. Lavastida's at 2nd. Here's the next. Called a strike, generous on a slider outside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner at 2nd now, still only 1 out. Here's the 2-1. Noel takes a late hack and muscles it out toward right field, up against the wall. Haskin running, and it's off the warning track in the wall. This will score Lavastida. Throw goes to the infield, and Noel replaces him at 2nd. Wild pitch burns Bowie, and they trail 3-0. Second RBI double of the game for the Rubber Ducks. And once again, they're making the most of their situations. That was the first time they had a runner in scoring position since the 4th inning when Jonathan Rodriguez had his 2 RBI double, and they instantly make it work for them. Meanwhile, Bowie is still 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. Now here comes Josh Conway, and Bowie gets an arm up in the bullpen. Griffin McClarty is getting loose. Regardless of how great Tyler Birch has been here in the second half, to try and embark on a second trip through the lineup as a reliever is always going to be difficult. And especially when the batter that you have to face twice is Jhonkensy Noel, who may not have some of the best contact, but has some of the best power. Well, you're not necessarily in a win-win situation there. I wouldn't say it's lose-lose, but I mean, just the general odds are kind of stacked against you. Now that meeting is over, and now Micah Prees will step in as Bowie trails by 3. Runner at second, still only 1 out. Prees is 1 for 3 on the day, a single up the middle in the 4th. He scored in that frame. First pitch, and he lifts it on a line to left. Watson ranging back, now moving to his right on a flat line. He makes the catch. Now, Prees has been an early attacker. He's flown out 3 times today, and all 3 times have been on either the first or second pitch. And now 2 away for Angel Martinez, as they'll put a shift on for the switch hitting batter. Martinez batting lefty for the 2nd time today. First pitch. Called a strike on the outside edge of the zone. It's 0-1. So Bowie is going to have to try and overcome a 3-run deficit in just 3 outs. They'll have 6, 7, and 8 to bat. Try to accomplish that. Hudson Haskin will lead it off as the next pitch is swung on and missed down and away. 0-2. Martinez nearly swung through his shoes. He had to run out of the box to stay on his feet. After Haskin, it'll be Andrew Dashbach. And then Andres Angulo in the top of the 9th. And again, it finally looks like Akron will be making that switch to Mason Hickman, who's been pretty much the best reliever in the bullpen since he joined this team. Bowie hasn't seen him yet. Runner at second, 2 away. Bowie trails 3-0. The 0-2 pitch. Down and inside a breaking ball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Right side of the infield playing deep up against the grass, as Birch just needs 1 quick strike to wrap up this inning. The 1-2. Floated out toward left, shallow. Zach Watson jogging down, makes the catch mid-stride, and the inning is over. But an RBI double for Jhonkensy Noel adds to the Akron lead. And as we go to the 9th inning, Bowie now sees themselves trailing 3-0, hoping to avoid being shut out for the 7th time this year. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, the Baysox are coming down to their last few breaths this afternoon as they trail Akron 3-0, moving into the top of the ninth inning. Bowie and Akron each have 5 hits, but all that matters is when you get those hits, Akron has gotten them at the best possible times. The Baysox, not so much. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 set to bat for Bowie in this half inning with Hudson Haskin leading off. Andrew Dashbach and Andres Angulo will follow, while Akron makes a pitching change. Mason Hickman will come in and try and earn the save. Kyle Marmon is done. 2 innings of scoreless work. Marmon did not allow a hit. He struck out 2 and walked 1. Mason Hickman, a 6'6", 228-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Hendersonville, Tennessee. 5th-round draft selection in 2020 from Vanderbilt. Tells you he's probably a good pitcher, and the numbers back that up. As Haskin digs in, an 0 for 2 day with a hit by pitch. First pitch here is a fastball down and away. 1-0 to start. Hickman has 8 appearances with the Ducks, a 1-1 record and a 0.79 ERA. 11 in the third innings, 14 strikeouts, 3 walks, as Haskin pops up a pitch out toward right field. Rodriguez jogging, and just before the foul line, he makes the catch. Bowie down to their last 2 outs. Hickman has converted all 3 save opportunities he has been handed this season. He has not allowed a home run. Andrew Dashbach digs in. He's 0 for 2, hit into a double play in the second, walked in the fourth, and struck out swinging in the sixth. First pitch home, and Dashbach watches a called strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Well, I had mentioned it at the top of the program that Bowie's path is relatively clear as the 0-1 pitch is called a strike. Curveball at the bottom edge. It's 0-2. Considering the way that Bowie has had their trouble over the last 3 weeks and their lead in the standings continually shrinking, the 0-2 pitch misses high to Dashbach. It's a ball and 2 strikes. That coming into this series with just a 2-game lead over Akron, Bowie needs to win at least 3 of the games. The 1-2, down and away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Winning 4 of 2 would be most ideal, of course, but Bowie needs to win at least 3 of the games. And they need Richmond to win at least 4 of their games, as the 2-2 here is a curveball up and in, running full on Dashbach. So much like the way that Cade Povich had pitched today, Bowie is going to be playing from behind at the start. Povich had a tough time with first pitch balls, constantly working from behind against opposing batters, and he's in line to be the losing pitcher today as the 3-2 to Dashbach is up and in near the ear. He had to back out of the way, and it's a walk. So Bowie gets a base runner here in the top of the ninth, but still trailing 3-0. Each pitcher for Akron has walked exactly 1 batter. That's 5 walks total. Dashbach has been the recipient of 2 of them. Connor Norby has drawn 2. Cesar Prieto drew the other one. As Andres Angulo will bat. First pitch home. And he bounces it deep in the hole to short, backhanded by Schneemann. He tries to go to second for 1. He gets it there, but that's all they'll get. Angel Martinez with a good reception, an excellent throw, having to go 180 degrees for Schneemann. Gets the lead runner Dashbach. They couldn't get the game-ending double play, but Angulo reaches first, and Bowie is down to their last out. 6-4 fielder's choice, and now Zach Watson will bat, representing the last chance. Bowie has not been shut out in months. July 17th was their last shutout loss. It was at the hands of Akron. First pitch to Zach Watson. He's called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. The last shutout loss for Bowie against the non-Akron team was when they lost 5-0 to Somerset on July 7th. Watson is 1 for 3 on the day, singled in the third. The 0-1 pitch, and it's called a strike on the outside edge. Bowie is down to their last strike this afternoon. Runner at first, 2 away, a 3-0 game. Hickman sets and fires. Watson swings and misses. The Baysox are shut out for the 7th time this season. They missed out on multiple chances in the first few innings to jump ahead. But after going 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, the Baysox fall in game 1 of this 6-game set, 3-0. We'll recap this one in depth. Get you a preview of the rest of the Eastern League and an updated look at the standings after a tough Bowie loss when we return with Baysox postgame. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org. Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Sabanas.
Well, it was a quiet morning for the Bowie Baysox here at Canal Park in Akron as they got off to a rough start in their 6-game series to wrap up the regular season with the Guardians AA affiliate. A 3-0 loss for the Baysox, their 7th shutout loss of the season, saw Bowie running into so many of their same old problems. Runners left on base, too many walks early on, and eventually just not enough at the end of the day. As we get rolling here with Baysox postgame from Canal Park in Akron, Matt Sabatas with you from Ohio, as we'll recap this one in depth. Believe it or not, there's not too much to recap in a 3-0 game, and we'll even keep it briefer than we normally would. Then get you a preview of what the rest of the Eastern League will look like headed into tonight's slate of games. This was the only game to get going before 6 o'clock. So we'll recap, take you back in time to the faraway land of 11:06 a.m. when first pitch came home from Gavin Williams to Connor Norby. It was a ball, and Norby worked ahead 3 balls and no strikes, but eventually struck out swinging. Bowie got 2 base hits to follow. Kobe Mayo and John Rhodes both singled to put runners at first and second. But in a continued story from last week, Bowie could not get hits with runner in scoring position. As they went 0 for 2 to follow, stranded both runners on base. Bottom of the first, Cade Povich walked a batter with 2 outs, but used 17 pitches for a scoreless frame. In the top of the second, Hudson Haskin got hit by a pitch to open the frame, but a double play took him off the paths, and Bowie only sent the minimum to the plate. Bottom of the second, a leadoff single by Angel Martinez was a bit of trouble for Cade Povich, but back-to-back strikeouts helped him work through that inning scoreless. And in the top of the third, but we got more runners into scoring position. A leadoff single and a walk had 2 on base before an out was recorded, and Bowie still did nothing with it. Couldn't even get anyone to third. In the bottom of the third, Povich was even better. Retired the side in order on just 7 pitches with 2 groundouts and a flyout. And in the top of the fourth, against a new pitcher, Gavin Williams only lasted 3 innings in this contest. He needed 25 pitches in that third. It was a long one. In the top of the fourth, Bowie got another leadoff runner into scoring position. Cesar Prieto doubled, but he got picked off and caught stealing third base. After 2 outs, Bowie got another runner into scoring position after Andrew Dashbach walked and Andres Angulo singled. but they left them stranded, and that would be the final straw, because in the bottom of the fourth, Akron got their best chance, and they pounced on it. John Kenzie Noel walked, and Micah Priest singled up the middle to put runners at first and second. Anel Martinez laid down a sacrifice bunt to advance the runners, and Jonathan Rodriguez put in what turned out to be the eventual game winner. Here's Jonathan Rodriguez. He struck out looking on a full count pitch in the second. Infield plays in, and the first pitch here is lifted out toward deep left field. This will score the run, probably both, as it's over Watson's head, off of the wall. 2 runs will score. Rodriguez goes to second. Bowie trails 2-0. So a 2 RBI double on just the second plate appearance for Akron with runners in scoring position on the day. At that point, Bowie was already 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. And after Andres Angulo picked up his single in the fourth with 2 outs, Bowie did not collect another hit for the rest of the game. They drew walks in the 6th, 7th, and 9th innings, but got nothing out of it. Did not even get a runner past first base, as Luis Oviedo, Kyle Marmon, and Mason Hickman all worked scoreless. It was a good day for Cade Povich, regardless of the 2-run double that he allowed. Pitched a perfect 5th inning, and Tyler Birch was able to follow with scoreless 6th and 7th innings. It was a tough ask for Birch to have to come out for the 8th inning as well, and he did allow a run. It was a 1-out RBI double to John Kenzie Noel, but of all batters, Noel is going to be the one that might potentially burn you from time to time. And for Birch to fire a season's high 3 innings in a game like this, that's extremely commendable. Bowie had a memorable pitching performance today. It was just the offense that couldn't get it done, because in the 9th, after drawing a 1-out walk, they once again left a runner on base. Hickman sets and fires. Watson swings and misses. The Baysox are shut out for the 7th time this season. They missed out on multiple chances in the first few innings to jump ahead. But after going 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, the Baysox fall in Game 1 of this 6-game set, 3-0. So your final box score, Bowie scores nothing on 5 hits with no errors. They left on 9. Akron scores 3 runs on 5 hits with no errors. They left on 5. Aaron Pinto is the winning pitcher. He moves to 1-0 on the season, while Cade Povich takes the loss. It's his first in Double-A. He falls to 2-1. Mason Hickman, the save. He's a perfect 4 for 4 in his Double-A career. Game was played in 2 hours and 15 minutes in front of a paid attendance at Canal Park of 2,626. With the loss, Bowie falls to 65-68 on the season, a 2-game losing streak. The Baysox are now 28-36 when playing on the road. With the win, Akron moves to 77-56 on the year, a 5-game winning streak for the Ducks, as they're now 38-26 when playing in front of home crowds. Bowie falls to 38-26 in the second half. Akron improves to 37-27. 2 sides will meet again tomorrow, and we'll preview that in a second, but for now we break. When we come back, we'll preview the rest of the Eastern League, not a true scoreboard segment since no one's got it started yet, but we'll preview it and look at how the standings may shape up at the end of the day when we return. We're back after this. Bowie falls 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Hey fans, do you know your mud hens from your trash pandas? Then play Minor League Rundown, the official free-to-play game of minor league baseball, and compete for tickets and game day experiences. Rundown is made for masters of ballpark trivia. Playing is free and easy on any mobile device. Just head on over to www.ballyplay.com to sign up and play. Return for each open round to vie for more prizes, including the grand prize to attend championship weekend in Las Vegas this October. It's never been this fun to get caught in a rundown.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Go back to Canal Park one final time here on Baysox postgame following a tough shutout loss for Bowie 3-0. As the Baysox fall even further in the Southwest Division standings, they've just been dancing so long, either tied or only 1 or 2 games ahead of the Erie Seawolves for the last 2+ weeks at this point. Bowie had been either tied or in sole possession of first for every day since August 20th, I'm reading right here. And of those few days, that's, what is that, a little over 3 weeks. So probably about a little under, well, pretty much exactly 3 weeks. So over those 3 weeks, Bowie has been tied for first 12 times. They've just been dancing with the Erie Seawolves the entire time. But it looks like things might be finally starting to fall out of place because with Bowie's loss today, they're 38-26. Akron moves to 37-27. If Bowie loses tomorrow, Akron will move into a tie with the Baysox, and the Rubber Ducks hold the tiebreaker here in the second half because they've now won 6. They've won more games over Bowie than the Baysox can win over Akron here in the second half, and that's all you need in the tiebreaker. So Bowie will not be able to hold a tiebreaker over Akron in the second half. If Akron ties the series, then Bowie will fall into basically third place if the season were to end. But as we look over these final 5 games of the season, I had mentioned it, Bowie really needs, in their best estimation, 3 more wins over these final 5 games, and that's a very tough ask at this ballpark, considering the way that the Baysox have played, not only at this ballpark, but just Akron in general. So it will be difficult. It's possible, but it will be very, very difficult. As we look around the Eastern League, a preview of games to come. This was the only game to start before 6 o'clock, and, I mean, it didn't do too well for them in terms of attendance, so maybe they don't do that next year. Altoona hosts Reading at 6 o'clock. That'll be a first pitch at PNG Field in Altoona. Erie and Richmond will get going at 6:35. If Erie can pick up that win, then they would move back into sole possession of first place and keep Akron at least at bay, because at the moment Akron is now only 1.5 games out of first place, while the Baysox are 1/2 game out of first place. Harrisburg and New Hampshire will get going at 6:35, and Binghamton and Hartford will do the same at 6:35. Somerset and Portland is going to be really the other series to watch because it will be a preview of most likely the first round of the Northeast Division's playoffs. If Somerset somehow sweeps that series, Hartford could potentially sneak in. There's an outsider shot of that happening, but Somerset would have to sweep the series, and through the technicalities of full season and split season schedules, it's a whole mess that doesn't involve Bowie at all, so we don't need to get into it too much. But if Portland can at least pick up 2 wins in that series, they will be the Northeast Division champion for the second half, and that would be a series preview for the Northeast Division Championship Series. So we want to watch that Somerset and Portland match. That's going at 6:35 tonight. These 2 teams will get going at 6:35 tomorrow. Game 2 of this set will get underway at Canal Park then. Right-hander Justin Armbruster will toss for the Baysox. He's 4-1 with a 3.64 ERA. Right-handed pitcher Thomas Ponticelli will throw for Akron, 2-4 with a 5.11 ERA. That's going to do it for us from Canal Park. Matt Sabata saying thank you so much for stopping by this afternoon. Hopefully you had a nice lunch. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day at work. Unfortunately, the score just wasn't too nice to us today. As Bowie falls to Akron 3-0. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.